Have you ever gone to the beaches of New Jersey and looked at the people there? More often than not, the people you'll find at the shore, as the locals call it, are residents of New Jersey and visitors from Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New York City. Now let's take the New York City concept a bit further and throw in 8 Italian Americans who love to get drunk, have sex, and act like a bunch of whining, cringing assholes. What we have here is the perfect description of how the MTV reality show Jersey Shore works. Personally, I'm not that in with the reality TV crowd. I'm more with the comedy crowd, watching things like South Park, Late Night with David Letterman, or The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and other awesome things. But the point still stands. Jersey Shore is one of those shows you love for its lame fist pumping, or you despise it for being too over the top and annoying. Before I begin, I'd just like to say I've only seen about 3 or 4 episodes of this crap fest, so my opinions might differ from others. So, with all this in mind, I'm prepared to offer Jersey Shore a handy-dandy guide to make it watchable, enjoyable, and complaint-free. Step 1. The people. The 8 Italian Americans in the show are some of the most overrated people I have ever seen in my life. I mean, why are they even famous? What did they do that's so great? Is it like MTV decided to pick some random people they found on the street and said, "Hey, you want to go to the Jersey Shore? We'll give you a shitload of cash if you do." Watching a few episodes of this show made me think, why the hell are these people on TV? What's their problem? The way they act with all the drinking and the sex is too rambunctious. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them gets into jail sooner or later. Step 2. Does this show go anywhere? As I watched some of these episodes in college, I've managed to find something of a lackluster quality to Jersey Shore. It's like you're waiting for something to happen, but it never does. Here's a good analogy for you. Imagine a man is standing on a railroad track and no train comes by to hit him. Now you could argue that other reality shows do the same thing, but they actually have people do something besides the usual routine, which in Jersey Shore's case is drink, go to parties, and have sex. So since this is a supposedly scripted show, I suggest that these so-called writers have the cast members, if that's the right term for them, do something apart from the usual bit. Step 3. The title. After watching the episodes, without trying to bang my head into the wall, I begin to ask myself one question. What's with the title? None of the cast members are from New Jersey, and in the second season, they go to Miami Beach, which is far away from the Jersey Shore. So, since these people are originally from New York City and have been moved to the state of New Jersey purposely to make some cold hard cash, perhaps the name Big Apple Transplants would be more suiting. Step 4. An attitude issue. Issue? Mine is the January 2011 edition. Oh, sorry, we're not talking about Trains Magazine, are we? Anyways, I've come to find another issue that these characters have. They have these big egos and attitudes that would make anyone want to smash them across the face repeatedly with a shovel. Especially the women. How many times do these girls PMS all over the place? They can't go anywhere without throwing a fit. I say send them back to the street corners of New York, where they belong. And finally, step 5, Snooki herself. This bitch has got to be one of the most overrated celebrities I have ever seen. She's been arrested twice by the local authorities. Yeah, that's good for your record, you dunce bucket. And this girl's often known for having quite the attitude towards other people. How often does she have her time of the month anyways? But with that being said, there is nothing redeeming about Snooki that I can find whatsoever. To quote random DCE, she's about as useful as a cotton swab on a battlefield, and a girl whose whole life could be summed up in a sex tape. God, it would do my heart good to see her disappear from the airwaves and our lives forever. So there you go. A handy-dandy guide to make Big Apple transplants watchable, enjoyable, and complaint-free. If you've been enlightened by this video, feel free to leave a comment and a rating. If you didn't like it, well, that's just hard cheese. But you managed to sit through it anyway, so have a cookie for being a good sport. There are some things that should not be on American television, and this is one of them. Personally, I'd put the blame on the ones who started it all. The Kardashians and the Goslings. Good night, everybody!